Hi, welcome back. So part one, there's a link in the comment in the description if you want to, go back and watch the muttering before I was interrupted by Kaiser calling me for my prescriptions. Is content. So what do you write about? You can write about anything you want. All right. So when it comes to business, things I suggest is keeping kind of a notebook. Even if you have a small something, I don't know, just a little, like this is a WordPress notebook that I got. If you keep something next to you, and then when clients ask you questions, you can write them down and kind of like put one page for each question and then do a tally how many times you get that question. Or jot down a bunch of ideas like about things where you wish people understood and they don't, right? What if people constantly not understand about your business? If it's a car mechanic shop or something like that, what do they need to know about? What is a brake job? Is it the lines? Is it the pads? Is it the rotors? Is it the disc? Educational things about a diesel engine doesn't have spark plugs. Don't let your diesel engine go out of gas. What things do you wish people understood? Be educational in that. That's always a good thing. And remember, this is not things you're writing for your business or even for pleasure aren't term papers. This isn't school. This is real life. Sometimes writing is a great way, not sometimes, writing is always a great way to process your thoughts. If something's bothering you, you can just write it down. I have a journal just for reframing my thoughts. I have a notebook that this laptop is sitting on right now just for client calls, those kinds of things. Another thing you can do is while you're reading a book, right? Like, for example, my client, she has this book called Now What Coaching, 90 Days to a New Life Direction. And so I write inside the books, but you could write, I write, but you could just take notes elsewhere. This book, for example, has homework at the back. Like there's an exercise at every chapter that has all these things to do. So if you have that kind of situation, then doing the exercises is your writing, right? But you could do kind of a mini book report, like what are the key takeaways that you're getting from. You could do the same thing with a TED Talk. If you don't feel like reading, watch something from TED.com or TED Ed. I highly recommend TED Ed. Let's see if I can find I'll do it really quick. TED Ed YouTube. TED Ed, there's tons of them on Facebook, but I like their YouTube channel. Of course, now it's going to talk and make a bunch of noise. But you could watch one of these and then
that lesson only reaches the students in that room. What would happen?
Oh, brother.
Capture that lesson. This is a truth.
Sorry. Or you could watch one of these talks, and it asks you what you're interested in, and then write kind of some key takeaways. If you're more of a doodler, then you could do some sketch notes, right? So this is actually a printout on canvas of something during one of my keynotes. And I really like this. I hate the mirroring. I really like this. Oops. Right here. If you're burnout, it's really okay to take a break. And I like the way she did it. And then this one, health, financial health, physical health. And then there's emotional health and mental health. It kind of got wrapped around. But that if you want to do something like that, that's also creative. Then you can take a picture of it and put it on your LinkedIn article or your Medium post or your WordPress.com blog, or just not publish it at all. But that way there's something different that happens when you use a pen or a pencil and you write. when you physically write, there is a different neurological process in your brain. You're more apt to remember things if you're writing with an actual instrument, not typing, writing. And so the doodling and all of that will help you remember and take in the information a little bit better. And then if you do decide to type something, it comes clearer. I do this on WP Blab all the time. I have this notepad that Julie gave me, and it's like a to-do list. It's funny what to get done so I can get drunk. But I just take the back side of it and I write notes on here. And then when those notes are done, I type the show notes, right? But I remember the show better when I do it that way. When I didn't do it that way, I had to watch the whole episode and stop, and then watch the whole episode and stop, and watch the whole episode and stop. It was laborious and tedious and not very fun. So taking notes while you're reading, or sketch notes, or taking notes or sketch notes while you're watching a documentary. Oh my gosh, I do recommend the documentary Abstract on Netflix. It's really good, but watch it one at a time. Don't binge it. Watch one and think about what it's talking about. And a lot of times we don't maybe 100% agree on everything, but have an open mind. Don't watch it thinking, oh, this is the left agenda, or oh, this is the right agenda. It's not political. Like, try to keep your mind open when you're learning. Glean the things that are applicable in your life. Take away something that inspires you. Take the inspiration and don't look at it with a critical mindset. And then write about it. Or if you want to take a critical mindset of it, then write about it from an objective yet critical analysis. Instead of how you feel, do some research. That's fine if you want to be political. Sarah Phillips, sorry, she got married. Sarah Phillips and I were just talking about it today, that the reason why she hired me to do her Twitter is because she's too political. And she said, maybe I should stop on my personal account. I'm like, no, you shouldn't stop on your personal account. That's you. But that's why I do her company account. So you can write about those kinds of things, right? Even if you do want to write about politics or religion. Originally, that's why I did more of Jesus.com, and I was blogging about the things that were, important to me during my reading. I did a whole devotional series on the book of Colossians. I mean, what is striking your interest today, March 16th, 2020? Write about that. Explore that. Do some research on that. This is timeless advice. It has nothing to do with our current circumstances. It helps you so much if you can focus on what can you do that's a positive thing today, instead of binge watching news, which is, binge watching news is never a good idea, because all you're getting is everybody's opinion, no matter what side it is, on pre-digested information that was spit out to everybody. Okay, always go to the source, and then just, once a day is fine. Once a day is all we need. 10 minutes? Okay, those are the headlines. Then go do your own research. But I would just like to encourage you, those of you who want to spend some time this week, next week, or even over Christmas, or on a weekly basis. I block out 12 to 2 on Fridays for my writing time. That's when I publish. So I actually have 2 articles. One is waiting for a quote from my friend Steve, and then that will be ready. So yeah, you can write. Don't listen to the haters. Don't wait until you're 40 whatever years old until you're like, yeah, I'm a writer. it was really hard. I'm a late bloomer for a lot of reasons, and it's not about blame, but if there's anything that's good can come out of a lifetime of bullying, it's that you can write. Don't listen to people who tell you what you can't do. Don't worry about grammar. Hemingway said, write drunk, edit sober. Meaning, doesn't mean you should go get drunk, okay? Don't overreact. The point is just write and get it out. The next day, edit it, okay? The next day, put it in Grammarly. The next day, put it in an Hemingway app. Or a couple hours later, go do something else. You know what I mean? So I would like to encourage anybody who thinks they can't write that it's probably not true. That's it for me today. I got to go back to writing. I'm still working. Nothing's changed over here. Bye.